I like the book because it has no words and you can make up your own story to it. And like every time you give the book to someone, they'll make up their own new version.
He got out of the ocean and this rised up on the shore of the camera.
So the camera was in the water and then a pelican came and picked it up.
And a little crab looking at the camera like this.
There's show cities on turtles with green people, many green people like the little people.
Until finally the film was developed.
This wordless book is like perfect for that. It gives kids an opportunity to really start to put in layers of meaning and tell their own story through the inspiration of the pictures.
That a book like Flotsam then becomes a conversation starter. Because a lot of the sort of emphasis when it comes to kids and media is how media changes them, how media affects them. But how media take on meaning in our lives, we all play an active role in that.
It's an open-ended story where you encourage multimodality. You encourage multiplicity of multiple stories layered on top of it. That is a way for kids to personalize the Flotsam story and bring it to their own experiences. The best way we can learn is through multiple sensories, audio, visual, kinesthetic. Experiential learning takes all of those into account.
I remember the first time that I dug my hands down into the ground and I pulled up the sand, and on the Atlantic coast you have mole crabs that live in the sand there and they automatically dig back down into your hands. And I had no idea what they were, and I could spend hours at the seashore line.
You know, transmedia is all these different platforms. I mean, today our media mix is infinite. So instead of looking at things from, okay, we tell stories on TV, or we're just people that tell stories in books, we as transmedia storytellers look at how we use all of these to tell one big story.
The D-book, being able to go through and click on images within the book or click onto the ocean and see the world oceans, the currents, and how they move and how that can alter the environment that you live in, and being able to kind of zoom in on a certain area and what animals live there. Well, and the Explorer Kit, I think, is one of the first places to start, because it'll allow for that physical searching and observing to happen. We're going to try to have the notebook so that kids can kind of write down their experiences and the things that they find. And we're going to have a lens toy so that they can, you know, it inspires the idea of looking closer into things and actually looking at stuff and seeing what the shell of that snail in your backyard is made out of.
The Recursive app allows children to click through an experience, allows them to take a picture. They become a part of the Flotsam community by joining the online community. They take their own picture and then they contribute their picture into a recursive experience of a photo within a photo. So as a child is clicking, the photo gets enlarged, they get to see another child, but inside of that photo there's another little photo. So it's a picture within a picture within a picture, which is a worldwide picture.
This is all about exploring nature, really, and giving you the tools to view your world and share your perspective of the world with a kid on the other side of the planet.
I want my children to be connected with kids around the world, and I think if they're able to do that in an environment that speaks to them, that is age appropriate, and exchanges information in a way that's going to be impactful in the way that they develop and their knowledge of the world, then I'm all for it.
You know, the sooner we make it clear how large the world is, how important your small environment is to the larger picture, I mean, it can only do good things. These are all great ways for kids to explore and to observe and to question, which is truly the scientific method at work in its most natural form.